Hi Bobcats, this is Ms. Lee, and so you've already watched the video on fractions or decimals where you have your problem solving and you have different forms of rational numbers and you have to choose whether to change them all to decimals or all to fractions. So now you're going to get to practice. We've got about, I think there's 6 problems for you to practice with. Please be aware of the numbers that you're given. If you're given a fraction and it's not one of the fractions that you can easily change into a decimal, then you need to just solve the problems in fraction form. Change everything to fraction form. Watch out for your operations. Not everything is multiplication or division. There's some addition and subtraction in here. Okay, let's get started. Problem A. A recipe called for 2 5/6 cups of diced tomatoes and 6 7/5 cups of chopped spinach. How many more cups of spinach did the recipe call for? So the first thing I want you to do is think about your operation. Okay, where are the clue words that are going to tell you if you're going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide, and then write your expression. The other thing I want you to take a look at is this 5/6. Can we easily change 6 to a decimal value? Can it be changed to the tenths place, or the hundreds place, or the thousands place? If your answer is no, then you're going to need to use fraction operations to solve this. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. I want you to solve it. The problems are in your notes packet. When you're done, come back and check your answer. Okay, let's see how you did. Did you get 3 11/12? If you did, awesome job. If not, go ahead and take a look at the work that was done. In this case, you could not change 5/6 into a terminating decimal number, so you had to change the 6 7/5 to fractions and use your fraction operations. So if you did not get it correct, pause the video, check out the work, see if you can find your mistake. If you did get it correct, move on to problem B. Problem B. Melanie bought 1 4/10 pounds of chicken and 1 2/7 pounds of hamburger meat at the store. In total, how many pounds of meat did Melanie buy? First thing I want you to do is find that clue word that tells you if you're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. And then write your expression. Be very careful. You need to think about 2/7. Is 2/7, can you easily change that into a decimal? If yes, then you can do that if you want to change it and use decimal operations. If no, then you're going to have to change the 1 4/10 into a fraction and use fraction operations. So go ahead and pause the video, solve the problem, come back and check your answer. Okay, let's see how you did. Did you get 2 24/35? If you did, awesome job. If not, go ahead and take a look at the work that's been done here. If you'll notice, you could not change 2/7 into a decimal, so we had to do everything in fraction form. So take a look at the work, see if you can find your mistake. If you did get it correct, move on to problem C. Problem C. A restaurant sells curried cashew soup. On Monday, the cook uses 6/10 of a bag of cashews. On Tuesday, the cook uses 1/2 as many cashews as on Monday. What fraction, and I know there's a typo there, what fraction of a bag of cashews does the cook use on Tuesday? All right, find those clue words that tell you if you're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, and then write your expression. As you write your expression, think about if you can change everything to fractions or everything to decimals and which you would prefer to do. Then pause the video and solve. Once you have your answer, come back and check. All right, Bobcats, did you get 3/10? If you did, great job. On this problem, 1/2 is easily changed to a decimal, so you could have solved everything as a fraction or as a decimal. 3/10 or 3/10. You got it correct, move on. If you didn't get it right, then go ahead and pause the video and take a look at the work shown. The work has been done both in fraction form and decimal for you, so you can check which way you did the problem and see if you can find your mistake. Okay, problem D. Mr. Vega's vegetable patch measures 6 square meters. The melon plants he wants to grow require 3/4 square meters each. How many melon plants can Mr. Vega plant? So go ahead, look for those clue words that tell you the operation. Are you adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? And then write your expression. As you write your expression, determine if you're going to, or if you can, change everything to decimal or everything to fraction, and which you would prefer to do. And pause the video, solve the problem, come back and check. Okay, the correct answer is 8. He can plant 8 melon plants. If you got the answer correct, awesome. Move on to problem E. If you didn't get the problem correct, then take a look at the work that's been shown. I've solved it 2 different ways for you. I've solved it using decimals, and I've solved it using fractions. So look at the method that you used, see if you can find your error. If you have questions, let your teacher know. Problem E. At a restaurant, 2/3 of the dishes on the menu are vegetarian. Of the vegetarian dishes, 2/3 are pasta dishes. Which fraction of the dishes on the menu are vegetarian pasta dishes? So first things first, think about your operation. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. And then write your expression. And 2/3, we all know what 2/3 is as a decimal, but it repeats. So do we really want to use 2/3 in our problem? Do we really want to change it to a decimal? Probably not. So go ahead and pause the video, solve. When you've got your answer, come back and check. Okay, folks, did you get 4/9? If you did, great job. This one was definitely easy to multiply using fractions. So if you got it correct, move on to problem F. If not, go ahead and pause the video and take a look at the work that's been shown to see if you can find your mistake. Okay, and our last problem, problem F. If a turtle can move 11/8 miles every hour, then how long would it take for the turtle to go 8 3/4 miles? Okay, so think about your operation. This is how far he can move every hour. So how many hours does it take him to move this total number of miles? And then write your expression. Hopefully, as you were writing your expression, you were noting that this 11/8 is what type of fraction? It's an improper fraction. So it might help you, maybe, to change it to a mixed number. That might help you determine if you want to use decimal operations, if you want to use decimal form or fraction form to solve. Okay. Once you figure out what you want to do, pause the video, solve it, come back and check your answer. All right, let's see. How did you do? Did you get 6 4/11? Well, by this answer choice, this is telling you that you probably should have kept it in fraction form to solve it. I actually solved it both ways for you. If you did change it to a decimal, which you could have, you would have noted that it's repeating. 6.3636, and if you kept dividing, it would have been 3636. So if you did do it as a decimal, your answer would be 6 3600 repeating. The easier way, which you can tell it's a lot of work, would have been to leave it as a fraction. So pause the video. If you got it wrong, pause the video, check the work, see where you made your mistake. If you got it right, awesome job. Until next time, Bobcat.